Welcome to the Running Water podcast. My name is Milderwater. I'm here with my co-host Blue Mouse and our very first guest from the interwebs, Jerry. Welcome in, Jerry. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me. Hello, everybody. Excited to be here.
We're excited to have you here, and good to see you both here. I haven't talked to you guys in at least a full day verbally and whatnot. So how you been doing, Nick?
Yeah, I've been all right. I've been working on a lot of stuff.
That's good, though. I think we're all technically on winter break. For those who don't know, Jerry is a teacher. I think you teach, what, 6th grade middle school?
8 through 12.
Oh, okay.
8 through 12.
Oh, man. So how you liking it so far?
It's been an interesting experience. It's interesting because I work at an alternative school, so it's not a public school. So we get students who were sent from public schools due to bad behaviors, or if they failed a class and they need to get that credit recovery done, they get sent to our school. So it's been interesting in there where we have students come for just like 45 days sometimes, and then they leave right after.
Oh, interesting.
So we always have like a ever-changing roster of students.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little stressful.
It's probably a little hard to manage. Originally I thought it would just be like a traditional class where you just get to know everybody throughout the semester, or like the year or whatnot. But ever-changing roster, it's interesting.
It is, and especially since I work at a private school, the way that we can put students together is a little bit different from public. So I have a class where I have a few 8th graders, a few 10th graders, and then seniors all in one class. So, and I have to, because of that circumstance, I have to teach 9th grade material, which the seniors have already learned.
Oh, wow.
So it's a little challenging because some of them are bored. They already know this stuff, while the 8th grader doesn't know any of this. So it's a little difficult. But
oh, wow. So he hasn't really
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, that's good though. I'm glad you are enjoying it. It's gotta be interesting having to go about your curriculum, because you have to make sure that everybody's got a little taste of something, without having to, I'm sure if I had to relearn the same material, I might get a little bored, but I'm sure, you make it interesting for everybody, which is something that I like about a lot of teachers I've had, is that they always find a way to make it interesting, if it's whether it's about like a really cool topic or if it's about trigonometry.
Right. Oh gosh.
I know they always gotta make it something interesting. Let me get some water.
But yeah, I mean, you have to find different ways to engage them, and it's funny, in college they always say you need to pay attention to this because this is a strategy you'll use in the classroom. And it's not true. It's not true whatsoever. I don't feel like college really prepared me for what an actual classroom is like.
Oh, wow.
So it's been I've been learning as I've gone every day to work. I'm learning things that don't work, things that the students enjoy, things that students don't enjoy. And there are some days where I feel discouraged if the lesson doesn't go well, and I can kind of sense that. I've been trying to tell myself that it's not me. It's not my inability to teach. It's just that they all need something different. So it's finding that sweet spot that's a little difficult, but
yeah, that's a good mindset to have.
I'll get
it's
there.
Not all you. I mean, it's that's a good mindset to have though, because it's I know I haven't been to a class and whatnot, but I mean, I'm sure it's not, you're not the reason why they're not enjoying it and whatnot. Like you said, everybody's got their own different interests and whatnot. Do you think because of the fact that you're your class setting's a bit different than a traditional school, do you think that's if you were in a more traditional school setting, would that translate with your college? Would you learn from college? Do you think it'd still be kind of not what you expected, kind of
I'm not sure. I remember when I student taught, because I student taught at a public school, and in college they always stress group work. They say put students in groups, they work well together doing that. And there was an entire class that we took based off how to implement group work into the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did that in student teaching, because I was like, okay, group work apparently works very well.
Yeah.
So I've learned, so I'm going to try it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work as well as I thought, because when you pair certain people together, all they want to do is talk with each other and not actually doing the thing. So I don't know. I think that like the different kind of strategies might work a little bit better more in public schools than in
I
the
see.
setting that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
But the really cool thing about my situation is that when I do decide to transition to a public school,
Mm-hmm.
I can take what I've learned from this job to there and see if it's able to be implemented well. Um, so, because I do plan to go to a public school at some point. This is kind of just like a starting space. Because if I am able to show that I can manage classrooms at an alternative school with the type of students that we have, then it might give me a little bit more of a foot in the door.
I definitely would
Yeah.
agree with that.
Others,
I think that having that experience, having such a unique experience like that, can definitely, make you stand out a bit more differently than your competition when going for a public school job. But man, going with, oh man, I don't know, with group work, I don't know. Nick, what do you think? I know with when we first met in school, we met in high school. We both met each other through group work, and it was actually really nice. At least getting to know other schoolmates and whatnot. Like I was able to meet Nick from my group work with him and a few other people in the group. But overall, my experience with group work has been very up and down in terms of like some people
right?
would do a lot more, some people would do a little less. Like my past semester in college, I had the same thing where I'm like, oh well, I had a little bit of a tough time because like uh, I would do a lot of the work and then other people might not do as much. Then vice versa, where it's like I feel like I need to do a bit more, but other people are really kind of leading the way, and I don't know, it's weird in terms of like I want to have a good balance, but I don't want to leave
Right.
anybody out.
Mhm.
But
Well, I
yeah,
also think it depends on like the subject
that's true as well.
too. I think with English, I don't think group work really works all that well because everybody reads.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's
true.
some people that read like at a fast pace, some who like to take their time and take notes and stuff. So I think in that aspect, I think it's a little bit harder as where like math might is a really good place for group work. Um,
Okay.
because like I think like setting different students off to do a certain problem and the other ones do the other one.
Hmm.
I think it's a little bit easier, but I think it does kind of depend on the content,
Yeah, that's a
the
good point.
subject that is presented, or the
Yeah,
way that they have to do it.
yeah, I totally agree. And what do you think, Nick,
Yeah.
about whole like group work, whatnot, from your perspective?
Yeah, I can totally agree. I would a couple of examples that just came to mind when you guys were talking about it was I'm not gonna go too specifically into the last one I was just in
Mm.
because I don't want to name names and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
I was working on a game or whatever with a group of people. I didn't do as much of the work because there were because more of them were had experience making games and stuff
Right.
than I did, so I kind of took a bit more of a backseat. I still did stuff, but I didn't do as much as probably I could have done. But and then there was also another experience which was high school, with me and Andrew's group and
Yay.
film class and everything, where I took a bit more of a front seat on that one because I kind of knew some stuff about editing already and everything. Whereas even though Andrew didn't know as much, I tried to have him learn under
Hmm.
me,
That was huge as
Right.
and that
well. That
was
really
that
helped
was a
me
really
out.
cool experience.
Yeah,
So
that really helped
yeah,
me out because I felt like, from hearing what you said about the game assignment, making your own video game, um, I feel like I was kind of in that scenario in high school in the filmmaking class. I didn't know anything about filmmaking, but like since you were there and you helped me kind of be under your wing, kind of learn from because you took a pretty big role in the in that class, so like learning from you, I think that was really huge. I wish someone was there more with your the video game assignment, because like that would be pretty cool having someone be able to like, because you really helped me out with filmmaking and whatnot. Like I was able to, I had like a little project I did for my friend in the summer at a little organization that he ran, but I was able to do like a little filmmaking. I learned, I think, what's it called? It's like the third point. What's it called? The third point of balance. It was like some sort of like, how do I explain it? It was like when you like put a camera on somebody, like it's not, you can't put it in
Rule
the middle.
thirds?
Yeah, rule of thirds. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, still help me out here. I appreciate it, because it's like, I wasn't sure what the name was, but I know I learned that from the class, where it's like you gotta position the camera in the rule of thirds so that it's visually more pleasing and whatnot. So there's a lot of ups and downs with group work, but I guess we've all kind of seen some good and bad from it and whatnot. But implementing it and whatnot, I didn't realize that so many like school would really prioritize that for potential teachers, like coming in, like telling you, hey, group work is the number one thing. So I was like, oh, I'm nervous about group work. I don't know, because my experience has been so up and down. It could be really fun, really engaging, or it could be like
the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
True.
Well, we had this professor who would always say, don't lecture. Don't lecture for more than 10 minutes at a time, or you're going to lose your students.
Oh,
but the funny thing was that we had his class for an hour and a half, twice a week, and he would lecture for that entire hour and a half those 2 days. And I would always look at my friends, and I would say, he is up here preaching. Don't lecture to your students for more than 10 minutes, but we get lectures for an hour and a half. I was like, I don't quite understand. It was not a fun professor. We all failed his final. Because he didn't teach. Like and the thing is like where I went to college, it's like named like one of the best teaching schools in Pennsylvania. And my experience did not showcase that title that they have. I didn't feel like I learned as much as I should have in my teaching classes. I learned more about teaching in my special ed classes than I did in my actual secondary ed classes. And I feel like that's not how it should happen.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I just feel like, because I plan to go back for my master's, and I plan to go all the way up to my PhD at some point. Nice. So I know that I'm not going to go back there. I need to find another college that I feel like I'm actually going to take what they're teaching me and able to successfully implement it. So I'm hoping that I can find that school that kind of fits that criteria.
Yeah, I'm already getting like that sort of vibe like in my degree right now, where I'm just like, yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get more experience like out and actually doing this stuff than I am like actually at school, which really is like a little disappointing, honestly.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's been interesting for me my first 2 years in college. My first 2 years were helpful, but I felt like I wouldn't be ready if I was like thrown out in the wild, in the real world, with my knowledge. And like I'm going into marketing for myself. I didn't feel like I was ready to do that my first 2 years, but then by my third year I'm like, okay, I have a few classes here that really have helped me out. I ended up transferring to a 4-year school because save money and whatnot from beforehand. But anyways, but yeah, so it's been really in between for me, because this year has been huge for me getting like ready for that kind of thing, ready for the real world. But I'm also like a little nervous because like but at least I'm not alone in this, with you guys saying the same thing, where it's like, I don't know, like even with the knowledge I've gained so far, like am I as confident as I should be, moving, like with the knowledge I have at school, I'm glad at least there's a chance I'm going to learn a lot in the real world and whatnot. I just kind of wish, like, we're all putting all this money into school, and it's like I kind of wish we had a little more of confidence.
What am I paying you for?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, Nick, weren't you watching weren't you watching they had you watch a YouTube video or something like that one time in class?
Yeah, so basically for my secondary class, like last one, they had like some like homework assignments to do, kind of like to like build your resume and do some some practice interviewing and stuff like that. But instead of like giving, like paid resources or whatever, or making their own, they kind of just sent us links to like YouTube videos or TED Talks for the most part. So it was like,
Love that.
it's like, I mean, I get it. I get why like this is here, but I'm also like, why is it in this format? Like,
Right.
like if you could make the resources yourself, it's just like, I don't know. It boggles my brain.
Oh man,
It's definitely it's definitely interesting for sure.
It's like,
yeah.
it's like I could all. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if this is like this is a fair argument, probably, that like you don't have to go to school to like learn like programming or like game development or anything like that. Like
Right.
you could all the resources are there online.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason I went to school is to have like some sort of accountability for like me, so I could like stay on track and everything with it.
Yeah, good way to steer
The
you
pro
to the direction.
and then when I see like for some of these classes that it's like YouTube videos that I could like find online for free,
Right.
that's a little bit like,
It's like, what am I paying
why?
for? Yeah.
It's lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels lazy. I don't know if it is lazy, but it definitely feels it.
I mean, I'm glad they at least found a video they recommend. They could be like, okay, this is actually a like credible source according to me. That, but still, it's like if you're paying that kind of money, it's like, I wish they would be able to like be more, give you their personal information, like their personal knowledge, I should say. Excuse me, but
Yeah,
like
they have like
the information they
resources
learned.
there that they pay for. It's like, why not use them?
Yeah.
If like, I mean, I don't know if they have anything in their like books or whatever resources, but like, please use them.
Yeah. Oh man. But
Oh
in terms
my
of
God.
like learning and whatnot, what have you learned so far, Jerry, as like being a teacher in your first would it be, I guess, semester, right? Yeah, I guess it'd be the first semester now that winter
Yeah.
break is now here. What have you learned so far during your experience as a teacher?
I've learned that you have to be patient. Very, very patient. And you also
yeah.
have to show like these kids that you aren't just there to teach them, that you're there to help them.
Oh,
Like
that's a good point.
I always stress to my students, like, because I try and like have this positive atmosphere. I have like a lot of positive self-talk posters all over my classroom and things like that, because a lot of these students really do bring themselves down. So I try and like tell them, I'm like, yes, we're here to learn English related stuff, but I also want you to like know that like if you need anything, like I'm here. Like I always like provide like I always try and check in with my students at least once a week
Oh, that's
to
awesome.
like just to like see how they're doing, like if there's anything that they need, because I feel like it's important to establish that rapport with them, because I know everyone's like, you don't want to be friends with your students, and I don't think that's necessarily that. I just think it's like checking in with them to show that you are like an actual human and you're not just there to collect a paycheck.
Yeah, definitely.
I think is very important. And growing, especially the school that I went to, I feel like teachers didn't do that as much as they could have.
Yeah.
Because I do think it helps the students feel a little bit better.
Oh, definitely.
So I've learned that to just show the students that you're there for them, and that if they need anything, they have someone to talk to.
That's
Because I know
huge.
a lot of kids don't have that role figure in their life to trust someone. So I try to establish that. I've also learned that not everybody is going to do everything.
Yeah.
And to not get angry and just see what like I can do to, because the school that I teach at, I make a lot of accommodations for my students. So if I notice that one student is struggling a little bit, I either exempt them from the assignment and I pull them aside and go over with them a little bit more detail, or I just take a few questions away so that they don't feel overwhelmed. So
I see.
I've learned a few things like that, but being patient and not showing any real like if they I think it was like my second or third week of school. This one kid asked me if this was my first year of teaching, and I said yeah, and he said, well, I can tell. And I
Oh
was like, okay. I
no.
was like, all right, thank
All
you for
right.
that.
Oh
And
man.
I've learned to not show them, like, if there's a comment like that, not to show that you care about what they said, because then they're gonna,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
If they
continue to
realize.
play on that. So I've
Yeah.
learned not to really
Yeah.
show any, like, that you're angry, because not necessarily to say that I ever get angry, because I understand their situation. And I also think, since I'm relatively close to age with them too, because I think I'm only like 4 years older than some of my students. So I mean, we're not that far away in age. So I also think that kind of helps with, like, be able to relate with them a little bit, because I not too long ago was in their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess it would go for a good benefit, because the fact that like you kind of know where they're coming from in a sense. Like, you know, some of my older professors are, you know, they try to relate a little bit back to their school days, a bit different than, you know, now with like technology and the way curriculum has worked out and whatnot. That kid's such a jerk. Oh, oh man, I don't
I
know.
was like, I remember telling one of my teacher friends, I was like, I'm so upset. I'm so mad. Like, I was like, I understand this is my third week of teaching, but give me a break.
Oh
And
man.
I was
That
like,
sounds like an alternate school for you.
I
Yeah.
know I'm not the greatest, but I'm getting there.
What's really
But it's
cool
like
though.
the students do say, like, the darndest things sometimes. Like, I don't. There was this one time in high school. No. When I was student teaching high school, where I was
Okay.
student taught, and this one kid um, raises his hand. They were doing group work, and he says, "Hey, I have a question to ask." And I was like, "What's up?" Thinking it was about the assignment.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, I found your Instagram last night, and you look smaller than you do now, like a year ago."
What
He was
the?
like, "What?" He was like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Questions about the assignment only." I
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
speechless. I was like, "What?" So I had to go and make my Instagram private, because I was like, I
Yeah.
didn't think that, because my username is not like that easy to find me, and for that reason. So I don't know how he found me, but after that, I made sure to
Oh man.
private all of
Oh
my
my
accounts, and
goodness.
I was like, why would you say that to somebody?
Yeah.
I was like, my gosh, these kids sometimes.
I can't believe they. Oh my goodness.
Kids are smartest at like the weirdest things
I
too.
know. Put this
Just
after
Right.
like
school.
I was
Oh
like, I
man.
didn't even want to ask, like, how he found it. I was just like, after that class, I went on my phone and was like, private.
Private. Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
yeah.
Ugh.
Oh my goodness. But have you? All right. So all right. That's crazy. I can't believe it. Going back real quick though, I know you mentioned as well. Like, I just want to say I really appreciate that for the kids at least, no matter if they're snooping around Instagram or saying, you know, not the most polite things. I still like the fact that you know, you want to go one on one with them, just being able to like, like kind of work with them, kind of see what they need, be there for them, because
Right.
that's really huge. Like my transferring to my new school I'm at now, the professors, you know, are very helpful with that kind of thing. I've been able to, because as a student myself, I kind of need that as well. Like having, if I have like a lot of questions or whatnot, just having them check in and whatnot is very huge for me. My school's a bit smaller, so they can. It's not like a big university, so like, they can
Right.
stay better student to teacher ratio there. But it's like, I felt like that kind of helped to my success. I was able to. I wish I had this earlier. Is what I was really thinking in the back of my head, though. I'm like, I wish I had this in my previous years of schooling. But having someone like this be able to, like, they were able to really, make my strengths really shine,
Right.
through this semester. I hope I can continue that next semester and whatnot. But like just having that, knowing that it's there, and there's like help like that available, just knowing that, like I think it can be very crucial, especially this at this age for these kids. I mean, they kind of need someone like that to have them grow to become good students. But then of course going back to not the little snooping on Instagram here. Do they know about your Twitch? Does anybody, any
Now, oh
student
my
find?
gosh.
Oh,
So
do they know about
the most
you?
hilarious thing was when my one student came in one day and said, "Mr. Jerry," because we go by first names at our school
Oh,
to
that's
like make it
cool.
a little bit like
Not
to
as.
establish that rapport
Yeah,
with each
yeah,
other.
Makes
So like
sense.
so they don't like think that we're above them. So it's kind
Mhm.
of like equal. So my one student came in and said, "Mr. Jerry, I started streaming over the weekend," and I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And
Mm.
they were like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of followers." They were like, I would really love if you like came into one of my streams one night." And I was like, "I've never heard of Twitch." I was like, "I
Oh,
don't,
nice.
I,
Good. Good.
I'll have to look into that." And I was like, I came home. I told my fiance, I was like, if they find my Twitch, oh my goodness. I was like, I can't I was like hoping that like my username is like, I don't know. I was like freaking out a little bit because I was like, I'm gonna stream one night and my students are gonna be there and say, "Hi, Mr. Jerry," and I'm gonna be like in the middle of like a cussing storm or something, and it's gonna be terrible. So they don't know I have a Twitch. I don't think I'm ever going to.
Mhm.
I'm ever going to announce that because
Yeah.
I feel like I would really have to
Yeah.
private my my Twitch Twitter too, and I don't really want to have to
If
do
that
that.
student is you, please leave a comment on the video.
Comment down below.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
Leave a
man.
comment.
it was so because they did give me their username, so I did go to like check on their channel. I was like, should I like block them on Twitch so they can never find my account?
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
So, like, because I was like, I can't
Mhm.
have that
Yeah, I know.
that happen.
It's a
Just
good
put a voice
move.
filter on, it'll be fine.
Yeah, a little filter.
Oh gosh, I would literally be rapping Nicki Minaj or something on stream, and like one of my students would come in and hear me like rapping Anaconda.
Oh. Oh man.
Today he's Mr. Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I couldn't imagine. I would be so embarrassed.
To be fair, I wish my professors could rap Anaconda, but you know.
Well, if we ever have a talent show,
Oh, it'd be
I'll be
awesome.
like, guess what you guys don't know about Mr. Jerry? I can rap.
Oh man, you should have like an incentive, like, oh, if you guys get all hundreds, I'll rap Anaconda for you guys.
First of all, I'm not a rapper.
I would have to rap like the Kids Bop version of Anaconda or something.
Oh man.
Entirely. Well, it was so funny because when the new Halloween movie came out in October,
Mm-hmm.
I told them I was going to go see it in theaters because they were like asking like, "Mr. Jerry, what are you doing this week?" I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go see Halloween Kills," and they were like, "Can we watch it in class?" And I was like, "No."
No.
I was like, "We cannot watch Halloween Kills." And they said, "Why not?" I said, "Because that movie is violent. It's rated R, and I don't want to lose my job." And they said,
That's
"Well, we
fair.
won't tell if you don't tell." And I said, "No."
No.
I said, "I
But
don't
we're
care."
high schoolers.
I was like, "I don't care." I was like, "If I put that on, the principal's going to come in, see Michael Myers stabbing like 5 people, and my job's like gone." So I was like, "We're not." I was like, "We can watch Cars, but we can't watch Halloween."
Dude, Cars is a good movie though.
Cars is good.
It is. It's better than Halloween.
Oh man, no killing, on that one. So,
Are we sure about that?
well,
Well,
I mean, for a class environment, sure, but
right. In general, probably not. But for classroom, yes.
I feel like I could write a paper on Chick Hicks, though. I mean, if I had to, I think I could do a research
Kachiga.
paper on him. Kachiga, yeah, that's right.
I love those movies.
Oh man, I just saw the third one a while ago. I forgot all about it. I just haven't watched many like Pixar movies recently, and I'm like, oh hey, I remember watching these. They had that spy one beforehand, and then now I got this one. I'm like, oh, I wonder how they're gonna. But I don't know. I really like that kind of stuff. Those like Pixar movies and whatnot. They were all a ton of fun.
They always pull at your heartstrings. They make you cry.
I know. Oh, Up was so sad. I don't know. I
they
can't
also
with Up.
make you say, "Wow,
Like,
Wow.
wow,
I would listen.
wow,
Gotta love that man.
wow."
Oh man. Let me get some water real quick. Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
I already need a refill of my wine.
I don't know. I
I
don't know.
didn't even let my cat in too. So.
Ooh, all right. I don't know if I'm gonna like alcoholic beverages when I first try them next year. I don't know.
It's interesting because like I can only do like sweet wines. I can't drink beer. I can't like do it has to be like mimosa, or it has to be fruity,
Why is that?
or I can't like drink anything else. Like
Based
I'm
on
drinking
taste,
like
or
this like Moscato cupcake wine.
that sounds pretty tasty.
Um it was my we did a Secret Santa at work.
Oh,
So I
cool.
put down on my form that I wanted cupcake flavored wine.
Oh, that's
So, and
awesome.
it was my principal actually who had me.
Oh,
So
wow.
we did the exchange last week, and I got it. I pulled it out of the bag, and I was so excited. I was like, "This is going to be gone
Oh my
very
goodness.
soon." But alcohol is it's interesting because I'm a lightweight.
Okay.
So if I drink like something that's like really high in alcohol, like after one drink, I'm like done.
Oh
But yeah,
man.
I can only do like fruity
Okay.
wines
I was
because
gonna
everything
ask you,
else
I'm
is
like,
just too bitter.
mm. Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, yeah, was it the taste or was it the effect? But okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know if I'm
And
even gonna drink it.
never, ever
Mhm.
take shots of whipped topping vodka because that's
Oh,
going to burn your throat.
oh no.
Oh
It
no.
was the night before finals in 2017, and my
Wow.
friend my friend was like, "Come over, we're gonna drink before we have our finals tomorrow." And I was like, "Okay." So we
Smart.
get there, and she has me take 10 shots of whipped topping vodka.
What?
10
Oh
shots.
no.
And by
Oh.
the time that I got to like the eighth, my throat was burning. I was like, I can't do the rest. She was like, yes, you can. Power through it. And I was like, I can't do it. I never will touch whipped topping vodka
Peer pressure.
ever again. It
It
was disgusting.
can help you sore throat though, right?
I don't know
It
about
could
that.
bring up all the
I don't
badness
really
in
want to
there.
try it
No, that's fair.
again. It was not a fun experience.
Man, I can't deal with any of that. I have a very interesting palette of flavor, related stuff. Like pepperoni is way too spicy for me,
Really.
but apparently people don't believe me in that. But
Oh
you
my.
I
know,
mean,
Here
I
we
can
go
see it.
again.
Some pepperoni can be spicy.
thank you.
It's like
Just
I think it depends on the brand.
oh well, all right. Oh, well, everybody's got their
I mean,
opinions.
It's also Andrew's just a lightweight in general in terms of spice.
Yeah, I really can't with anything. Like I can. What's like a really like non-spicy thing? Like I mean, well, obviously pepperoni's kind of spicy, but like I'm trying to think of something else that's like not like I don't know. Like I can't like have and like I'll have something I just will die from it. Like it's so
Cinnamon.
spicy. Cinnamon's an interesting one.
Cinnamon.
It's like a sweet spice kind of thing. It's like be fine. It's not my. I don't hate it, but it's like something I'm not the biggest fan of. But like yeah, anything with a little bit of spice I can't do. Like I could barely eat, I mean tacos are okay. They're not too spicy or anything, but it's just like I don't know. I can't no sauce or anything. Everything's way too much. But but
And I
that's
thought
that.
I was a lightweight when it came to spice.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't have hot sauce either, but like,
Mhm.
man, I could at least eat pepperoni.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way, I'm kind of glad I don't know, but then another thing is carbonation. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like anything alcoholic because I think there's some non-carbonated drinks, but like I
Yeah.
thought most of it was like very bubbly and fuzzy, whatever it's called, stuff like that. And I don't really know, if there's anything like that. Um, but, but
And my
yeah,
story's lame. I just never wanted to.
yeah, yeah. No, that's fair too.
Yeah, I'm not a huge drinker
Mhm.
like at all. I think this is like the first time I've had a drink since like I would say probably like September.
Oh wow.
So it's like very rare that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Um because it's just I can't drink a lot of it because I do like after a while I don't enjoy the taste. If that makes sense because I just
Okay.
feel like
Yeah.
with alcohol it's just like you can tolerate it to a certain degree and then you have to stop because it just doesn't taste good anymore.
Yeah, like not
So
worth. Yeah,
I'm not a huge drinker
yeah.
like
Mhm.
That's
at
fair.
all.
Mm-hmm. There's a few
Just that
things like
like
that every once in a while.
yeah, like
It's good.
special occasions most of the time. Like winter break, I consider a special occasion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll drink this, and then I probably won't drink till like my birthday in like 5 months.
Oh, that's cool.
So
That's fair.
Speaking of like breaks and whatnot, I just realized I'm like, yeah, you probably like I know we kind of talked about this as well in Discord a while ago, but like just having like the fact that you have the like going from as a student having summer break and winter break off and whatnot, like that's so cool. But then like I'm realizing this now, like once I get into the workforce, I'm not gonna have a whole chunk of summer off. I'm not gonna have winter off. It's just gonna be work
Right.
honestly. But for you, that's so cool. You get to have summer and winter off, and I think a little bit of spring, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I get a few days off for Easter
That's so awesome.
in April. It's
That's
definitely something to get used to. Because I'm so used to working a lot of hours throughout the summer. I think like last summer because I used to have a summer camp client on my other job.
Oh yeah.
And I think last summer I had like a max of like 55 hours last summer every week. So going from that because I'll have 2 clients during the summer, but it's only like 9 hours a week.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go from that to like just working 9 hours a week and then having the rest of the time to like chill, which is strange.
Yeah, that's yeah, but
And I don't feel like it's gonna last long. I feel like I'm gonna find another job because I love to work. So it probably won't last long. It'll probably last 3 weeks, and then I'll say, no, I want to work.
I see what you mean.
That's
cool
fair.
though.
I hear a lot of teachers do that as well.
Because like I feel like if I wouldn't, then when school would come back around, I'd just be so out of it that it'd be like I don't want to have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning again after not having done that the entire summer. So I feel like it would be.
Can I just get my 2 weeks towards the end of the summer?
Oh my gosh. But I am excited though, because it's the strangest thing, because like when I go on vacation this summer, I'm getting paid for that, which is just crazy. Like it's just like I'll be on vacation, but I'm still getting paid. Like it's just wrapping my head around that is still like crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy.
But it's I mean I guess it would make sense though, because I mean like you're you probably still have to think about like future lesson plans or preparing the classroom and getting ready for that kind of thing. And I'm sure you can't really take a vacation in the middle of like the school year, so you'd probably have to plan all that kind of stuff like vacation time and other things like that. During you probably can't like I mean, whatever happens, but like, I'm sure, I don't know, do you get sick time off? I mean, you probably have a substitute teacher, maybe like once or so. I don't know.
Yeah,
like...
we get PTO days.
Oh, okay.
So at my school we get 8 of them throughout the entire year, and then we can either cash in, if we don't use any of them at the end of the year, we can cash them in for like money.
Ooh, that's
or
awesome.
we can take 4, carry forward to the next year, so we can have 12 instead of 8.
That's cool.
So I haven't used any yet because I'm trying not to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to save them just in case something like were to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we ever have, so at my school we don't have substitute teachers.
Oh.
So if a teacher is off that day, we have to fill in during our prep time, which kind of sucks. Because there's a lot of shortages of subs in my area, and like the public schools as well. There's like a desperate need for substitute teachers.
Oh my.
But unfortunately, we don't. I think we would hire some if some wanted to work as a substitute, but getting a teaching job is very rare in my area. So like having gotten this one, I'm very thankful for, because in my area, to get a position, you have to know people. You have to know like the people in the school board, because most of the schools around here don't post their positions. They find people from the inside. So like if someone knows like the director of the school board, they'll tell someone that they know and then have them to have both of those people connect with each other instead of posting the job online.
Now, why?
So it's interesting.
Okay, what do you know? Like what? Like I'm just curious why they wouldn't consider doing like an online posting. Would that just kind of? I'm not sure.
I don't know actually. Okay. It's because I know not every that's not really as common.
Okay.
In other areas, so I don't know why we do it. I feel like it's a little shady,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I know that's how one of my friends got her teaching job, was because she knew someone on the school board.
Oh, some connection work. Yep.
Yeah, so it's like you have to know people. So that's why I'm like, I took the job that I got, because my first job, I didn't anticipate to be at an alternative school.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, alternative schools do have a bad rep, but now teaching in an alternative school, I don't think they deserve the rep that they have,
Yeah.
because 70% of my students are there just for credit recovery.
Oh
They're really
wow.
great. They're really great kids. I just think
Yeah.
alternative schools get a very bad reputation.
They probably just don't know what it's
Um,
like, and then
right.
having been there, you probably have a better view of what it's actually like versus what they might anticipate it being like. Being like.
Well, it's interesting because I had a lot of people tell me not to take this job.
Oh
When I
wow.
told them I was offered, they said don't go, and I
Because of what
was
they
like,
thought.
right, and what
Oh
they've
wow.
heard, and I was like, well, I need to go because I need to, because with teaching, if you don't get enough ACT credits for
Uh-huh.
your certification, it expires.
Oh.
So you
Oh.
have to get these credits, and you can only get them through teaching.
Interesting. So you
So
have to
if
be
I
like
didn't do
active.
that,
Yeah.
then my certification would have expired, and I would have, because our certification is $200
Uh-huh.
to pay for
Jeez.
it.
Oh
So
my
I had to
goodness.
pay $200 to get a piece of paper that says I'm certified to teach 7 through 12. It's insane. And
Yeah.
so I was like, well, I have to take this job, because if I don't, then for instance, if I do go to a public school, I won't be able to show them I have experience
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have much. And I need to get those credits so I don't lose my certification.
I see. I see.
So it's a lot of teaching is very there's a lot that you have to think about, so it's a little stressful, but
Yeah.
I mean, I
Certainly.
really have enjoyed my time, and
That's
I
good.
and I've told people that I think I'm going to stay at this job until I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I don't need to anymore. So I
Okay.
feel like I'm going to stay here for probably a few years.
I
I'm
see.
anticipating.
Yeah. Certainly a lot of hurdles. It seems like to get into teaching and whatnot. But that's really cool that you really enjoy what you're doing right now. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Also,
it's I thought it was going to take me a while. I thought I was going to not have a teaching job for a few years, but
mm-hmm. But it's really good
thankfully
now.
it did
Yeah,
happen.
yeah. I'm so glad that it worked out well for you there. I had no idea that for certification purposes you have to like. I mean, you have to be somewhat active and whatnot. You have to have that
Hmm.
position. You have to like or rebuy $200. Like, oh my goodness, it's a
It's
lot.
insane.
And then you have
It's
to have
insane.
connections and whatnot.
Man, the
Um,
school system's outdated.
Yeah.
oh
There's a lot
man.
that needs to be changed, I feel
Mm-hmm.
like. And I'm hoping
Yeah.
that like the teachers that like are coming in now,
Uh huh.
like me and then others and stuff, hopefully we can change that.
Yeah.
Um and just change like the way that like the students are being taught and the curriculum that we have to teach from, because the curriculum that I have to teach, I don't enjoy. And
Uh
I've
huh.
had conversations with my principal where I've said I don't want to use the textbook because I don't think the
Yeah.
textbook really challenges them.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been like finding other resources to use from. I use a website called Teachers Pay Teachers,
Oh wow.
where it's like other teachers have created these materials that they sell online.
Uh
So
huh.
then you can buy them and then use them in your classroom.
Oh, is this like the
So
curriculum you're using for the oh what's the book
Lord of the
Lord of
Flies.
the Flies? Yeah.
Yeah. So I
That's so
found
cool. Yeah.
it's like $40, but it gives you like a 10 to 15 week detailed lesson plan with worksheets that you can use.
That's
Ooh.
really
So
cool.
it's very useful because the curriculum, I feel like curriculums need to change in schools, especially with like English class. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, we can do something to make it more effective for the students.
That's so cool though. I like that like the mission you have is like you and like other up and coming teachers, having the understanding that like the school system could be adjusted and that from your experience you could probably focus it away from stuff like textbooks to more interesting forms of education. Like you've been mentioning here, that's a really cool website. I never heard of it before. I know you mentioned a little bit about before, um, about how like you found like a curriculum. I didn't know that it was like from a site like that. Like that's so cool. I thought you just found something
Yeah.
online from a little bit of research, kind of looking around, seeing some good examples, compiling it, whatnot. But like having a teacher like have like a lesson plan when already like for something like this, like that's really cool that you can find this kind of thing instead of having a bunch of textbooks or whatnot for other parts of class. It's really cool.
Yeah.
What does the principal say about that kind of stuff? Like bringing it up to him about like the textbook situation. Is he like cool about it or hesitant? How does that work?
So thankfully she was
Oh,
very, very open to me changing the curriculum
oh,
around a
good.
little
Okay.
bit. Because a lot of the textbooks is very like historical text. And there's not a lot of like there's not a lot of fiction, there's not a lot of creative writing, like mystery, there's not a lot of poetry. And I was like, with like the historical, I was like, it's very, very important. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, don't get me wrong, like I feel like these students definitely need to know that, but I was like, they're learning that in history. Like they're getting what this textbook is teaching them through the writing in history.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I feel like giving them different opportunities to learn about how science fiction is created, how they write a science fiction story,
Yeah.
how figurative language is used in mystery stories, like things like that. I was like, I told her, I said, I feel like I could really engage them and teach them in more of an effective manner if I stray away from the curriculum that we have posted. And she was all for it. She was like, do what you want to do. She was like, test what, see what works. And the reason why I love the school where I teach is that the principal is so open and so supportive of everybody. She's always like telling us to try different things because she doesn't necessarily like the curriculum either
Uh-huh.
for English. So she was like, do what you want. She's like, if you need any help, let me know. Change what you need to change. If you feel like it's not working, try something else. So she's been very helpful and amazing with that. So I'm very appreciative that I'm able to try different things. And sometimes they don't work, but
Yeah.
at
But
least
you're
I know
trying.
for the future
Yeah.
to do something else.
That's a great point. By getting to know this and working on, like you said, like, fixing it up. If things don't work out, knowing that moving forward, I'm sure like within like, a few years of experience like this, you're going to have a really good, I guess you could say like formula for a
Hmm.
more updated system of learning and whatnot. That's really cool. Get some more.
It's ever changing. That's for sure. The way that we have to teach is changing
That's right.
daily.
For
Mm-hmm.
sure.
So trying to keep up with that is very, very important.
I see. Now, I know, like, personally myself, whenever I have to get up for a class presentation or something like that, I get nervous. I'm always like, I'm like, I do my best to get through it, and I try to make it feel like I want to present myself in it like that I'm comfortable and I'm
Right.
ready to present myself, and most importantly get my information to the audience, because I've been told like the audience wants you to wants to learn from you, and that that they're not here to like hate you, or like they don't hate you or anything. They want you to
Right.
succeed. But I've always had a thing about public speaking where I'm always nervous about that going into marketing. I know I really need to improve on my public speaking skills. I'm trying to do so, but I could never really. I always ask my professor, I'm like, how do you like, how are you so comfortable being in front of a class like this all the time, and I wanted to ask you the same thing. Like, how are you so comfortable public speaking as a teacher? I mean, like, I'm sure that public speaking would probably be something that you excel at because of the fact that you're working with so many kids here
Right.
that are watching you. That how can you do something like that? It's so cool. I want to learn that, but like, how are you able to do
So
that?
my route of public speaking has been interesting. So in ninth grade, I went into theater
Oh wow,
at
okay.
my high school. So, and I told my teacher, I was like, I can't, like, I am terrified of like talking in front of people,
Mm,
especially doing a show in front of people. Like, it's terrifying to me.
yeah.
So, my amazing teacher, Miss Grove, she was always that teacher that I could go to about anything.
Hmm.
She was actually the first person that I have ever I ever came out to. When I
Oh,
was
wow.
like coming from that stage
Yeah.
of like telling people, like she was the first person to know. And
Wow.
she kind of guided me on how to like start to tell people. She
Mhm.
was a very helpful guide. So
She seems
she
awesome.
helped me get over that fear.
Mhm.
So I did 4 years of theater in high school, so 4 years. And she really pushed me to try different types of monologues and try different types of scenes.
Mhm.
And after doing that for so long, I kind of got rid of that fear of public speaking because then at that point it just felt so natural.
I see.
And then going into the classroom, kind of going back to like how I kind of established that rapport with my students. At
Mhm.
the beginning of the year, I was a little nervous just because they didn't know who I was and I didn't know who they were.
Mhm.
Um, but after establishing that rapport, getting in front of them now is not scary anymore because I know them and I know that like yeah, I just have to kind of just keep myself as calm as I can be. So I think theater kind of helped me get to that point and
Mhm.
my teacher. Um, and then just like I know practicing in the mirror has helped me
Oh, okay.
as well. And then also recording myself.
I see.
Um, there are times that I do get nervous.
Mhm.
But I feel like you can still be a pro at public speaking and still get that little like jittery feeling, especially if it's in front of like a crowd you don't know.
Mhm.
But I think just like continuing to tell yourself that like everything is going to be fine, like using a lot of positive thinking
Mhm.
helps you get through those like nerves of public speaking so that you feel a little bit more confident.
I see.
So I feel like that's how I do it.
I like
It's
that
just
though.
like trying to stay calm, and
Mhm.
then again, just kind of like I don't necessarily think of my students as like an audience
Mhm.
to like kind of calm myself down, but like I definitely think that if I didn't have theater, that I probably wouldn't be as comfortable.
Mhm.
So I definitely am happy that I took that route. But I mean, public speaking is a very scary. It can be a very scary thing sometimes.
Yeah, I just never know like how they're gonna react. And I've noticed that I'm really good with a podium, like something in front of me as
Yes.
like almost like a little shield. It's just
Right.
something there, and it feels like I'm a lot more comfortable that way. But
Right.
that's really cool that you have that experience in theater. And I mean, that seems like a very awesome teacher. The fact that she was so helpful there, I mean, that's awesome. And then I really appreciate the advice as well, because I mean, that like personal experience there, I mean, it really helps kind of formulate an approach I can go with for next time. Like you said, like just thinking of
Right.
positive things, and practicing in front of a mirror, recording yourself. I mean, I think streaming probably would help us a little bit, like all of us. I
Right.
mean, like being able to stream in front of an audience, I've noticed that like I feel like a little more not well, a little more nervous when I'm in like a voice call with somebody from like the like sometimes when I stream it's like usually like it'll be just people chatting on the side, I'm like okay, but then you actually realize they're real people when you're in like a Discord call with them, like in a
Right.
whatever, and I'm like oh wow, these are actually they're actual people. I'm like oh but just building that confidence is huge too, and whether it's from um wherever you get it from, that's huge that you've got it there. That's really cool.
One other thing that I can tell you is that when you're looking into an audience, don't look directly into their eyes. Look at their forehead.
Forehead. Oh,
That's another
okay.
thing that I've noticed
Oh.
kind of helps me instead of looking directly at them
Uh-huh.
because it looks like you are looking at them, but you're looking at their forehead.
It's pretty
So it
close.
makes it a little bit easier. And
Mm-hmm.
the podium does help
I see.
um, as well because I like to use the podium a lot, and you can
Mm-hmm.
kind of like hide like I like to um what's it called? Like tap my fingers together. So the
Oh,
podium kind
okay.
of hides that as well. So I always say look at the forehead. It'll make it
Okay.
a little bit
Never tried
easier.
that before. Interesting. Okay. I gotta think about that. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah. So okay, forehead. Yeah, because you're not like
Looking
not right in the eye, but because it looks like it is, but it's not. Like you said,
right.
it's like right above
Because
the.
they can't tell.
Yeah, they won't be able to tell. Okay. That's cool. Okay. Some secrets of the industry, I see. Nice,
Right.
nice.
Not so secret anymore.
Yeah. Well, secret for
Thank you,
those in the
secret
podcast.
student, if you're still watching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. I know you seem very like set obviously in being a teacher, but was there ever a thought of like a different career path beforehand?
Oh, there was so I love writing.
Mm-hmm.
um I've written a huge selection of short stories and currently in the process of writing a novel.
Oh
So
wow.
my original plan, because I did have a few other options. I originally wanted to go for journalism. I
Hmm.
wanted to write for a paper or a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the original plan. And then I wanted to become a psychologist instead. So I was going to go for psychology and things like that. Um, or be like to become like a therapist, which I guess I kind of am with my other job.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am a therapist for kids. So I mean, I guess I kind of did go that route, but I did want to become a journalist
I see. I
because
see.
I thought that, or an author. I wanted to go live in England and pursue my writing career, but I thought that teaching would probably be more of a secure um, job. But I did want to, because I do love writing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like with writing, I'm so happy I get to teach a creative writing class at my school, because I get to write a lot more now. Because I feel like with writing, you're able to just tell these beautiful
Mm-hmm.
and really engaging and awesome stories. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe one day I'll look into publishing and live out my dream of like being a published author, or maybe like get a column accepted into a newspaper or something.
Ooh. I
But
definitely think that could happen. I think it could happen. I mean, that having that interest in English, I mean, that I think that you could definitely be up for that sometime in the future. And
it'd be a lot of fun.
if it does get published, so please let me know. I'd love to read it. I mean, whether it's
I
a
will.
column or a
We'll bring
novel
you
or
back
whatnot.
on.
For you.
Promote it.
Buy my new book in stores today.
Yeah, we'll have you on for another episode. We can have that as like the promotional, feature.
Yeah.
Uh,
We'll be a late night show now. It'll be great.
yeah, I had that one. Yeah, yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, it would be pretty cool. I've had like a cover for my novel for a few years now.
Okay.
Um, but I've never had the time to just sit down and write it.
Yeah.
Like I just don't have that time. Like I have a 6 books planned. Are we
Oh,
gonna
okay.
get to 6 books? Probably not.
Yeah.
But I have 6 books planned
Are
for
they
the
gonna be
series.
related to each other?
They are. They
Okay.
are.
Okay.
I
Oh,
have
I
like the
see.
whole like story like already
Oh, already
fit
like.
like finished in my mind. Like I have like what each book's gonna happen. I have the chapters separated. Like everything of that aspect is finished. It's
Mm-hmm.
just sitting down to actually write the novel is just where I'm kind of stuck at.
That's so cool. I really want to read it someday. I hope it can be a reality. That'd be so awesome to take a take a read at. I'm guessing you probably have, I'm guessing whether it's the summer vacation or winter break or something like that. Like when you're when you're free from school, having that time. I'm guessing that's probably when you'd have the most time to work on it and whatnot. But
That's the plan. I want to try and get I want to try and get it done this summer. We'll
mm,
see if that actually happens. I have like 50 pages done.
mm,
It's just I haven't touched it in a very long time.
yeah,
So hopefully this summer is the time where I can finish it out because I'm very excited about it.
yeah,
So
I'm
hopefully
excited
one day I
too.
can make it a reality.
I hope so too.
Get that movie deal too.
Oh yeah, get
Have
the.
have Megan Fox casted as the title character.
Oh, okay,
That'll
okay.
be great. I already have it planned.
Oh,
I'll
perfect.
just call Megan Fox up and ask her to be in the movie for the book.
There we go. Oh man.
Eventually be adapted into a TV series.
Oh,
Yeah,
TV
I'll go the
series.
whole mile.
Oh man. So I don't know when this episode is gonna, well, probably be next week would it come out. I know it's
Yeah, I
gonna
think
be
it's next week.
next week. Okay, because um I want to talk a bit about Christmas, but I know this is probably gonna be a little later than Christmas. But
Yeah,
just,
we're gonna be really late with this one.
yeah, but
We our third Christmas episode in a row.
Well, I just want to know, how was your Christmas though, Jerry? I know it's probably gonna be, and this recording, it's the 28th of December, so in our eyes, I'd say this is pretty close to Christmas.
It's gonna be a week after New Year's.
It still works. It still works.
Let's
Be on the edge of winter break. It'll be fine.
Right.
yeah. Okay, you pumped for next year's Christmas. But how was your Christmas though, Jerry?
It was great. It was very relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Very much needed, but it was great. I had a lot of fun. My mom's side of the family, we always do this Christmas Eve party at my grandparents', so that's always exciting. We always do we do like a Chinese auction.
Ooh.
And we always do like deal or no deal, or we have like door prizes.
Ooh, I like doors.
My grandparents go like really out with it, so it's a lot of fun. All the grandkids get their own presents and
nice,
and everything, and then we do like a secret Santa. So it's like just like an evening like just passing things out, and just everybody brings. It's like a potluck dinner, so we all bring like a food item,
nice.
and it's always a blast. That was very exciting.
That's awesome. Did you have any nice food for the potluck?
Yeah, so I took pepperoni rolls. My famous
spicy.
pepperoni rolls.
Nice.
So I took
like them though, Andrew.
I'm just saying, I mean, I'm sure others
probably not, because I use pepper jack cheese with mine, so it would probably be a little bit extra spicy.
Yeah, any cheese with like the little pieces inside, that's I don't know. But I'm sure they enjoyed them though. I mean, oh man.
Well, because I make them for my students a lot. I always
cool.
I make a buffalo chicken dip and pepperoni rolls for my students like every few weeks.
Oh man.
I'll just bring it in, like, because I do a lot of makeup days at school. So like for makeup days, like I'll bring like snacks in while they do their work.
Oh yeah, I think you brought I think I saw on Twitter you had a picture of it. It was like Oreos and something else was there too, I thought.
That was we did an essay tasting event where I designed my classroom as a restaurant.
Oh,
and
nice.
Each table had like a different like snack and drink.
These kids are spoiled these days. Back in my day.
The heck?
Oh man.
So I took those, and then my sister and I, because usually it's my grandparents who put everything together and make all the food, but this year my sister and I wanted to give them a break.
That's good.
So we got there like 9 a.m. And we like decorated like the whole house. We got the tables brought up. We made the turkey, the ham, like made everything, and so that they didn't have to do anything, so they can kind of just like relax. So
that's nice.
Cooked all of that, got all the desserts ready and everything, and set out the presents and organized them. So that was a lot of fun, and just seeing everybody is always exciting, because we don't get to see each other very often.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun.
That's great. I know, there seems to be a few memes online where people are like dreading going to see family. I'm like, what are you talking about? I love family, you know? It's always nice to see people.
Why?
You know, yeah, I know. I'm like, I mean, there some people. No, I'm kidding. No, everybody's been, every family member has been great. I know, like, it's tough though, because it's like it's hard. Everybody's got work or got like activities or something going on. I think, we had the COVID situation last year, so it's like couldn't really do anything, like family wise, and it was kind of tough this year too. So we, it was just kind of like, finally seeing people and whatnot. It's like, I think it's always nice to be social and whatnot, and it's good having such an atmosphere like Christmas time and whatnot. That's awesome. Also, what was your favorite gift from Santa?
My favorite gift,
out of all the ones mentioned.
Oh gosh, I really like my new teaching bag.
Oh, okay,
that I got.
Okay.
It has a lot of pockets.
Oh,
and
pockets are nice.
excited to use it on Monday. So I think I would have to
Oh, you start Monday.
say my teaching bag. I think second would be that little like portable marshmallow s'mores cooking thing.
Yeah. The
I don't know what a grill. I don't know. You put like some type of oil in it, and then like you can like melt the marshmallows over it.
That's pretty sick.
That was pretty cool. And then I think like my new living room TV stand
Oh,
would be third because I like the color.
That's awesome.
It's a nice
Practicality's
it's a
huge.
nice brown.
That sounds
functional
like
gifts.
Yeah, very functional. Yeah, good way to put it. Yeah.
So I think those ones. It was hard this year to pick my favorite one. I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good problem to have. Having so many good options there. Like Nick said, I mean, having something that's seems like you could use a lot of that. A lot of those items a lot. Very practical uses of them. Which I think I've gotten to grow into that too, where it's like when I was little I wanted toys and other things like that. Now I'm like I want stuff I want to use every single day, like whether it's like sleeping with a new blanket and waking up going out with a new coat or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like playing video games with a new controller. I don't know, just having something like I can use. Just kind of that's really nice stuff. And
I agree.
In the season of Christmas and whatnot, since we're again it'd probably be New Year's at this point, but still, how about yourself, Nick? What about yourself? What kind of Christmas related gifts did you say were your favorite?
Well, while we're on the topic of functional gifts, I'm currently wearing 2 of them right now, which is a new pair of sweatpants and some
Nice.
slippers.
Oh,
So those are pretty
love
cool.
slippers.
Yeah, they're very comfy.
That's awesome. Are they like furry inside, or are they just like memory foam? What kind of squishy
No,
material?
they I would say they're probably furry inside. Yes.
Ooh, very nice.
Yes, they're those. They're
That's
very
awesome.
they're very good. Very comfy. On the other hand, I did get a couple games this year. Ratchet and Clank All for One and Little Big Planet 3.
Oh yes.
So
I love
yeah,
that series.
some PlayStation exclusives right there.
Oh
I got a couple TV box sets. Danny Phantom and Jimmy Neutron.
yeah.
Oh, Danny
Hey.
Phantom. Oh, I miss that
Yeah.
show.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
such a good couple series right there. Back to functional gifts again. I got an end table.
Oh yes, I love end
Yeah.
tables.
Yeah, end table that actually moves around, so I can like use it with my laptop, like
Oh, that's
on my
awesome.
futon and in my bed. It's very good.
That's so cool.
Just
I
a
need
spare
that.
keyboard as well.
Ooh.
And I would say I think that and I got a few other things, but like I would say that kind of covers the major gifts in a way.
That's
But
so
yeah,
cool.
it was very very good Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got a solid state drive and put it in my PS3.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
I have to remod it again, but yeah, that's
Mm,
probably what I'm gonna be doing like later this week.
that's really cool though.
awesome.
A nice lineup right there. Oh, I wish I had a PlayStation because I have a PS2, but in terms of
You want
that
my
more modern.
PS5?
Wait, what's that? Oh my! How do you have a PS5?
Wait, you selling it?
So my
It's
experience with
$1,000.
my PS5 has not been joyous this past year because
What?
my 2
Dang.
DualShock 5 controllers have a mind of their own and they
Oh, no.
don't like to work, or they like to spin the camera on the ground for like a minute and not allow me to move,
Oh
or they
no!
just don't work at all. So
Any
I'm
warranty on them?
currently in the process of trying to see if Sony will replace them
Yeah.
or try and fix the issue.
See.
So I always joke that I'm selling my PS5 because I'm getting aggravated and I'm just going to go buy a PC. I
Yeah.
don't mean it, but there might be one day where I actually do mean it,
No,
and
that's
I'm just
fair.
going to sell this PS5 and get it
I don't
get it
want
out
to.
of my house.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx anything, but I've been okay with the Nintendo Switch. I know there's a Joy-Con situation that I'm not gonna knock on wood that no Joy-Con drift, hopefully. but I could see how that could be an issue. Oh man, yeah, controllers are so tough. I had to get a new one.
Especially Sony ones are very weird.
Really?
Yes.
I've had some issues with them. Like PS3 controller, like my original one, like died.
Mm.
I forget how, but I think we just dropped it too many times.
Oh, the battery
Uh,
died. So the actual controller died.
like the actual like controller died, not
Oh
like just
no.
battery or anything. Like yeah,
Oh,
controller full on just died.
that's not good.
PS4, the USB ports on those are really sensitive, so they just like
Yeah.
get really loose after a while. I think anyone who's had a PS4 knows that issue
Yep.
very well. And PS5, I haven't had a PS5, so Jerry, if you want to sell it,
Oh man.
It's still crazy that I even got one. I remember because Sony did that thing where you can like submit to like get a private code to go like on their website like a certain day, and somehow I got one, and my time was 10:30 a.m. And I remember going on there. I was so nervous that like, because I guess with that code you were like guaranteed to get one, but I was still like nervous that like I wasn't going to. And then somehow last December I get another one because they had like another day, and I was messaging my friends like, does anybody want a PS5? Because I have a code. I don't need it.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't find anybody
my.
that wanted it, and I felt so bad because I was like, someone could use this.
Yeah.
Like I wish I was streaming at that point because I feel like someone that like I met online, I could have like been like, hey, take this code, use my account, get a PS5.
I see.
Yeah, it's crazy how like rare they are to get.
Hearing about it, how like
crazy how it's come to.
Yeah, you got like the bot things that are buying them up, and it's just so hard to get these consoles. How long's it been since PS5 came out, by the way?
Like a year and a month.
Year and a month. Oh my gosh, I thought at this point it'd be easy. I don't know. That's crazy.
Still can't get them after a year.
Oh.
I mean, I know the Xboxes are more common. You can get those now.
But who wants an Xbox?
I know. Or like you can actually buy them, but like no one like really cares. Everyone's
kidding.
like,
there's no exclusives on there. What's the point?
Yeah. I've always talked about how much I don't like the name because it's so close to the other one. It's called the Series X, right? So
yeah.
But then you got the Xbox One X, the One S. I don't know. I feel like the names can be very too similar. Like it reminds me of like the Wii and the Wii U situation, where it's like it's just too close in terms of names. It's simple with the PlayStation. Just keep it simple. PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like okay, it's a new one. It's the new number. You know, kind of like the iPhone
Xbox
situation. Yeah, it just makes it easier, you know.
Well, don't you remember like when the pre-orders for the new Xbox went up? It was because the other one's the Xbox One, and there's like an Xbox Series something for the one, and then the new one's like called the Series X, and like people were pre-ordering like the old Xbox, like buying the old Xboxes instead of pre-ordering the new ones. Yeah, because like the Xbox Ones went up like to number 1 on Amazon because people thought they were pre-ordering like the new Xbox, but they weren't because the names are so similar.
Because they use X and S on the last generation.
Yeah, so it's like I feel so bad for those people because probably a lot of them probably like lost their chance to get one because they bought the wrong console.
I hope I become like when I become like like a parent one now. I don't want to make the same mistake because like I feel like I might if I ever like lose touch of like or whatever like. Say like my kid wants the latest and greatest console. I don't want to make the mistake of getting the wrong thing.
Buy them a PC.
Yeah, I'll probably just be, hey, take a PC, enjoy. Like I've had a good time with it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But oh my gosh, the names, it's so tough sometimes.
It is.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. They had a code name called like Xbox Scorpio, I think it was called, or something like that. I'm like, that seems like, I mean, I don't really know what that means, but like it's a bit more.
That was the project name.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a bit more like different than the last name, so
there was supposed to be like an Xbox, like there was supposed to be an Xbox 720 after the 360 came out. Like I don't know why we went like Xbox 360. Like I don't. We went from the Xbox to 360 to the Xbox One. Like it didn't make any.
Yeah, full 180. It's like
it didn't make any sense.
Yeah. And the Battlefield franchise is so weird for me because you got Battlefield 4 and then you got Battlefield 1. I'm like, what? And I'm like, what's this? I'm like, Nick, help me out here. What's this?
No, it's like, no, here's the thing. Here's the first game I'm pretty sure is Battlefield 1942.
It is. And then you have Battlefield
So-
2042 and then the Bad Company ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got Battlefield Hardline, you got Battlefield Bad Company 2.
Oh my gosh.
You got Battlefield Modern Combat.
These names, I can't believe it. That's so
It's
funny.
something.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Thanks, EA.
Yeah, thanks.
Gotta love them.
Oh man. But yeah.
At least they keep the Sims easy. It's just Sims 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, I know.
At least they didn't mess that.
Oh, don't say it too soon.
I know, right?
Whenever the Sims 5 is just gonna be like something really bad.
The Sims 720.
Oh my gosh.
The Sims the musical.
Oh.
Hey, that I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
a different
surprised.
language or something like that. The Sims.
Yeah,
characters.
Simlish.
Is that what it's called? Simlish.
Simlish, yeah.
Yes.
Because Katy Perry had to learn Simlish because like when she did like her like Katy Perry pack back in 2010, she had to record her songs in Simlish.
Oh,
so they had to help her like learn how to like do the sounds, and she has like California Girls like in Simlish and last Friday night.
Oh my goodness!
Like it's hilarious. Like in The Sims 3, like you can play those songs in the game.
Oh, that's sick.
Oh my!
And it's so like there was a time where like I could just like I knew like last Friday night in Simlish like the back of my hand.
That's so cool. Oh my goodness!
I'd sing it over the original.
That should be an incentive for your students, But hey, you guys don't sing much. Oh man!
Get 100 on your essays, and I'll sing Last Friday Night in Simlish for you guys.
Hey, that would incentivize me, I'd say. Oh man!
Oh my gosh! It was so funny because I had them before Thanksgiving break. I had them guess my top 5 artists for like my most played throughout the year.
For Spotify.
I use Apple Music.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I was like, if you guys can name my 5 most listened artists and how many hours for each artist, I will give you guys 10 bonus points.
Ooh.
Like I was serious. I was like, if you guys get this right, like you guys only have a few select shots, but if you get it right, you guys will all get 10 bonus points.
Did you have to give them hints or something like that, or did they just?
I gave them a few. They got the first one right off the bat. I had no idea how.
Okay.
But they got the first one, but the other ones were a little bit harder. I had to give them the genres to kind of like narrow it down, but they got them all right, and they all got 10 bonus points.
I see.
Dang.
Like I would guess 4 artists probably. Hopefully one of these lands in your top 5. But I'm gonna guess if I could guess real quick. So one of the top 5 artists, I'm guessing one of them be Taylor Swift, Kesha, or Katy Perry.
I would say so. Taylor Swift is one of them.
Okay. But the other ones are no good.
No, Kesha, I believe, was like in the top 10.
Okay, all right.
And I think Katy Perry was like I think she was in the top 10 too. I do listen to them frequently, but
yeah,
Taylor Swift was in the top 5 somewhere.
Okay. Hey, I got one at least. All right, that's good. Oh man, yeah. So, and then did they get the time for like how many the length of how much you've?
Yeah, one of the students got it right off the bat. I was because they were just guessing, and they were like, because I did say it's between 1 to 100 hours, and they said 67, and I was like, yes. They were like, you listened to Taylor Swift for 67 hours. I said yes, and half of those hours I cried. So let's move on. Here's the thing about Taylor Swift. I literally like cannot relate to like any of her songs about relationships. But if I play "Tolerated" by Taylor Swift, you'll see me having a breakdown. Like I'll cry. Like you can ask my friend Nick. I played "Tolerated" in the car one day, and I was just like bawling my eyes out on the way we were going Christmas shopping. I was bawling my eyes out, and he was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "Nothing. Taylor Swift just makes me cry." Like I'm not sad about anything. It's just like, if I play a sad Taylor Swift song, I'm gonna end up crying.
Oh man, I can just
It's
see
the
you like
power of
going
Taylor
through the
Swift.
radio, like picking out songs, and you hear one, and instantly, oh man.
Gotta love it.
I don't think I have an artist that like I have that kind of like you know. Oh man, I don't think I do. I'm trying to think of like anybody that like resonates with me as much as like you and Taylor Swift. I don't think I do though. But I have yet to really pick my like genre of choice. I really, whenever someone asks me like what kind of genre I like, I'm like, well, I kind of just like anything. And yeah, I like a little bit of that, this and that, and you know,
Yeah,
I don't know if it
I'm
sounds,
the same way too.
yeah, but um, because I don't know, I don't really use like Spotify or Apple Music, but I just kind of like, I don't know, I never really got like my top five. Everybody was, I saw a lot of posts on like everybody like was screenshotting their top fives. I'm like, oh, I don't have one, I just kind of listen to whatever's out there. But it's kind of cool though. They have that kind of technology to be able to like tell you, hey, here's the stats for the year. Um, I got
Well,
one
if it's
for.
any indication, so Taylor Swift re-released Red, like her Red album, like November, I think
Mhm,
it was November 12th.
mhm.
Not even a week later, it became my third most listened album in
Oh
less than a
wow.
week with 287 plays.
Oh wow.
So if that gives you any indication on what I do like during my like off time, is I
Mhm.
just sit there and listen to Taylor Swift and cry.
Oh my.
Apparently 287 times in less than a week. So so
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. And
you gotta love it.
yeah. I knew I was trying to see if I can get the ballpark for your top 10, specifically top 5, but I got top 10 a little bit. I learned a lot though from your streams, just getting to know you a bit more when I first met you on stream. Kind of getting to learn more about you. I thought it was like very welcoming when I first got to my first time actually like watching your channel. You were very welcoming, as like a new viewer coming in, like you were like coming. I felt very welcomed. Like I think you were
Well,
playing.
good.
Oh, I think you were playing. Oh, you weren't playing Dead by Daylight. I think you were playing
I
Phasmophobia.
think it was Phasmo
Okay, okay.
when you first came to my stream.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I was like, I was trying to see. I knew some people from Twitter. Like I was like, okay, I was like, who's live right now that I met from Twitter? Oh, okay. Let's see. I saw you there, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot, and I was like, this is great. I think um, I don't know how far into your streaming, you know, um, experience you were. Like, I don't know if that was like a few months in. When did you actually start streaming? I don't think I've asked you this before. When did you ever start?
January of last year. I think we met like January of this year. I
January
mean,
this year. Oh,
so
okay.
I think that like we met like my second or third week of streaming.
Oh,
It
wow.
was like it was pretty early on
Yeah, okay. And now it's almost a whole year now. That's
because I
awesome.
think like I just reached like 11 months of sub in your channel. So I think like we're coming like up to like a year.
That's so cool. I can't believe it. That's been. I really does not feel. Oh my gosh, it doesn't feel like a whole year. But
Doesn't.
that's amazing though. What got you to become a streamer in the first place?
Um a lot of my friends last year started streaming.
Okay.
Um so I think that like I was like, oh, it was just like one night I was playing with my friend Cinder. We were playing DBD,
Oh,
and
Cinder's
I was
nice.
just like, Cinder, I'm gonna stream, and she was like, okay. I said, I started. I like made a Twitch account,
Hmm.
um, on my PlayStation, and then I linked it, and I was like, I'm gonna stream. So I think my first stream was like January 8th.
Hmm.
So I was just like one night I was just like, let's just start streaming because everyone else was doing it. I was like, it looks fun.
Yeah.
I was like, I play games anyway, so it'd be like just a lot of fun to play games and make new friends. And I've made
Hmm.
so many new friends
Oh, from my
throughout
experience
this
too, yeah, that's
throughout
huge.
this journey. So it's been, I definitely say it's been very rewarding. I'm
Hmm.
very happy that I decided that night just to just abruptly start streaming because I feel like it changed. Even though this might seem like a little dramatic, I definitely think it changed like my life. Like meeting
Hmm.
like all these amazing people, including you guys.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
that it's been great. So I'm very happy that I started streaming.
Oh wow, that's awesome to hear. I feel like the same way as well in the sense that like I've met so many good people here. Like you're one of my favorites that I've met from like I've only been streaming for about a year or so. So like getting to know people like this, like um I think it's like it's really cool, very rewarding, and like getting to know that there's like so many nice content creators out there. Like I was
Right.
kind of scared going into it. I don't know what your perception was of Twitch and whatnot going in, but I felt a little nervous. I was like, oh, they're gonna be like, I thought there'd be like some like people like very like only focus on the numbers. I thought people were gonna be very like competitive, trying to become number one, and I'm like, well, I hope I'm not. I was nervous about that. I didn't know like what the environment was of Twitch, and I realized like there's so many nice content creators out there. They just want to have fun,
There are.
enjoy, kind of like what
Hmm.
I'm trying to do, just kind of build a community of people that relate to them pretty well. Just nice, positive people, or just just having fun. Simply just playing the games they enjoy, and I feel like that's really sick. And the fact that meeting you and a ton of other content creators, it's amazing that it's coming to be like this. That's awesome.
I agree. And I definitely, for like 2022, I think I want to shift my focus to doing a lot of charity streams.
Mm.
Um,
Hey.
Yeah.
um, because I did my first charity stream back in June for the Trevor Project.
Okay.
So I want to continue raising money for that. I have a goal of raising 2,000 overall throughout next year. So
That's
hopefully
awesome.
I can reach that and give more money to that organization.
Yeah.
Because it's very important to me.
If you want, you
Um,
can go about it a little more, like explain to the audience a bit more about the where you're going for the Trevor Project and whatnot.
so yeah, so the Trevor Project, it's this organization where they provide hotlines for LGBTQ youth, and they
Mm-hmm.
provide housing and financial abilities for um, people who have been kicked out
Yeah.
after coming out. So they provide instances where they can provide, I think, like some instance of healthcare, different types of housing opportunities, different ways to get them some money to get back up on their feet, and to provide those hotlines for people who are in the process of coming out or not sure how to do so, or scared of what might happen. So,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very important project because growing up, um, it wasn't there was a lot of fear instilled within me
Mm-hmm.
throughout my family. So I didn't come out till I think like 4 years ago, because of how fearful I was.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing now that there's like an organization out there that helps people who might might be kicked out and they don't have anywhere else to go, I think is amazing. So any way that I can raise money for that organization to potentially help somebody is very important to me. So I want to make sure that I can do as much as I can to help others
Mm-hmm.
that are in a
Yeah,
situation like that.
very cool. We'll make sure to leave a link to that in the description of this video. So if you
Definitely.
guys want to learn more about that or even donate to the
Mm-hmm.
cause, that'd be really appreciated.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I
Yeah.
definitely think that's, and it's really nice that you're doing that, by the way, having, trying to promote that on your own platform. I think that, I think as content creators, it's kind of, um, I feel like it's something we should really lean into more. Like not just like all content creators, because I think that having a platform, using it for something good like this, I think that's very beneficial. I know I really appreciate you being there, by the way, because I know you were there when Blue and I both do our stream to help out the Extra Life
Yeah,
project.
of
I
course.
that was very nice of you, and I just it was so much fun doing that. And it's like we're basically just streaming, but we're also like promoting a good cause. It's like
Right.
it's a good combination, having and it's really nice that you're going to be doing so as well. That is awesome. You have a nice goal ahead of time too, um for next year. That's another thing. I have to get like my goals set up for next year. When I don't know if you have like your own personal Twitch goals or other goals for other social media, but I saw a lot of people pop up with like at beginning of the year in January, like on Twitter, saying like, here are my goals for the
Right.
end of for the year, and I'm like, I don't really know. At the time last year, I was like a month in. I'm like, I really don't know what to expect here, so I just left it blank, and it's like, you know, um, It'd be cool to see if there's any milestones to work on there.
Yeah, I think because I was trying to think of like mine as one. I kept them pretty simple. I was like, I just want to reach like get up to 500 followers. I want to when summer comes around, I want to try and stream like 4 times a week because I know I don't get to stream as much anymore due to school.
Yeah,
I want to find a new overlay and then
Ooh, okay.
the $2,000 for the Trevor Project.
Yeah.
So those are like my main goals, I would say, for Twitch next year.
Perfect.
So hopefully we accomplish that, and going over the 2,000 would be amazing. So I plan to do multiple charity streams throughout next year for that, and see if there's any other way that I can help in like the real in real life to help with that organization as well. So I'm looking for outlets that way as well.
That sounds wonderful. I really like that. That's amazing. How much time? Let me see what time we have. Oh wow, a whole hour and a half. Oh wow, that's awesome.
It's gone by fast.
It has been.
Yes.
Any last minute questions? I'm trying to think if there's anything. Nick, do you have any questions? I'm trying to think if there's anything.
Technically, since you didn't answer earlier, how's your Christmas?
Oh yeah,
it was good. It was good. Let's see here. Well, all right. So I think I mentioned a little bit off stream or off stream off episode. I was making a I don't know if I said it? I don't know. I made a desk yesterday. I ended up for Christmas I got a new desk and I didn't know I had to actually build it. I thought it just came in the box because the box is kind of big. So I was like, okay.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, I had to build this thing. So I am so like I was so sweaty afterwards. Oh my goodness. I never built something like this before. So I was like, oh my goodness. One screw didn't go in, but I think it's fine. I did a little shake test and I think it's good to go. But like the one screw just didn't fit in, so I think I'm good. But it definitely helps. With my previous table was like a cafeteria lunchroom table. Like it needed to be I don't know. It feels so much nicer having like something that doesn't a little more like I don't know, like it feels like I'm at school, or like I don't know, like or like I don't know, it feels better than a lunch table, I guess, if that makes sense.
right.
Oh, I got this nice big blanket my grandma knitted me. It's I got my new college school colors, so it was very nice having that. Oh, and I gotta tell you, a weighted blanket is huge. I like it, not huge as in size, but like I definitely recommend that. I got one for Christmas, and it kind of came in a big bag, not a bag, but like it was like the way it was wrapped, it looked like a big ball. So I was like, okay, so they I had my brother toss it to me, and I grabbed it, and I almost fell over. I was like, oh, what's this? I thought it was like a little like a light little like ball of whatever, but it was a lot heavier than that. But it was so comfortable with like compared to a regular blanket, like having a weighted blanket on you, like I don't know, it feels a lot. I went to bed a lot faster, I think. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I definitely.
My brother
recommend
has
that.
one of those, and he's enjoyed it as well. So
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, I was told about it because of I think it was my dad actually had one, and he was like, oh, you should consider it for Christmas. I'm like, okay. But that's awesome though. Um, they've been great. I don't think of anything else of note. Well, I got a new controller and a new jacket, so those are very nice. One of the things about the controller, at least, is that like I've been getting these third-party controllers. I usually get them from like, well, I'm not gonna say where it is, but I ended up getting a third-party controller from a store that happens.
let's just call it GameStop.
Well, okay. I was gonna say it did pretty well on the stock market a while ago, but yeah, that's basically they don't work that well. Like I bought one because I'm like, oh, I'll save some money. I don't really need a fancy schmancy, official controller. I'll get a third party one. I think broke in like a few months. Like
Oh wow.
I usually play Rocket League, so I normally just driving in a straight line without moving my oh, what's it called? The thumb thing. Not a mini joystick. What's it called? It's like the
Analog stick.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah, there we go.
The analog stick. I didn't move the analog stick. I just pressed the gas button, and my car drifted to the right, and kept going. I'm like, this is not good. How am I
Mm.
supposed to play this? So I had to
Time
get
for
a
the
new one.
controller.
Yeah, I'm like, dang it. So I got another one a few months later. I'm like, okay, it's a different, if it's a different company from the same buildings, if you know what I mean. So like, I was like, okay, so I bought that one. The A button got stuck after a few months. I'm like, I was playing. You guys probably don't play Madden football, but I was playing the newest game. I threw a pass with the A button, and it was stuck on the A button, so I couldn't. When my guy caught the ball, my guy, I think A used to like, I think it's do like a spin move. So my guy kept doing spin moves all across the field. I'm like, stop spinning! I tried.
Oh my gosh.
I learned you had to smack the side of the remote to pop the A button back. So what I would do is I'd throw the ball, quickly smack the controller against my hand, and then he would catch the ball and go for a little bit of a run. After a while, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna real controller. At this point, it saves me money this way instead of buying a new one every so often. So,
Oh my gosh.
it's only been a few days, but I like the choice so far. That's basically my Christmas. In terms of like gifts and whatnot. Just seeing family. I know I mentioned a bit earlier, but seeing family was awesome as well. I know the thing is my family is like it's a weird spot because they all kind of live in one area, and it's not. It's like it's weird because it's not like it's far, but it's not far enough that you want to stay over. So like we went Christmas Eve, we went back home, we went back Christmas Day, and I'm like, oh, like all this driving, but it's like it was weird because it was like a considerable amount of time, but it's like I'm like, did we stay over? It's not worth it. I'd rather wake up on Christmas Day at home, but it's like, so like driving was a pain. I didn't drive, but just watching the same trees go around and around. I don't know, not my thing, but that was basically that. But besides that, yeah, it was great. I love giving out gifts. I tried my best to find gifts that were good for. I try to give stuff to my family when I was like, a little gift for each person.
Right.
And so I wanted to find something for everybody, and it's tough because some people are very I don't know their interests. Like my brother just buys everything he wants because it's he works a lot, so he has that money where he can just like whatever like thing he needs, like whether it's like new shoes or like a new game or whatever, he's like, I just order it, I'm like, you know what, how am I supposed to buy something for you? So I ended up having to do a lot of research, and I found something that he might like, but I usually like to package something in as well, something small. So I got him this mini Monopoly set. It was so funny. I didn't know they sold these things, but it's called like the world's smallest Monopoly set. It was so funny.
I love that.
We played a little bit of Monopoly. It was so hard. We had to use our phones to zoom in because we couldn't see the board. I'm like, all right, I'll buy that property. And we're like, what property is that? We had these like really small cards that are supposed to like, show what the property is. And I was the one with the light. I had the phone light, and he had the zoom in on his phone, like with the camera, just to see what the name of it was. We ended up using an app for the money because there is like mini money, but we don't want to lose it. So it wasn't really, it was something interesting. I don't think we're playing it again, but it was like a nice little extra thing there.
Why not? It's Monopoly.
But it's too small. My hands are too big for Monopoly. Oh man.
Nah.
I want to try the world's biggest set of Monopoly, although I don't know, it'd be kind of funny too. But
I wonder what the world's biggest set of Monopoly even is.
I know. I wonder. Do you think? I wonder if like, I don't know. I'm guessing it could either be like a big table that's just Monopoly, or like a football field. I have no idea what to expect with that kind of thing.
Football field.
That'd be so funny.
But a football field's not square; it's rectangular.
Well, you know what? Oh man. But yeah, so I got.
Hey, I have to make up for my talk in this episode somehow. I didn't talk that much here, so I have to make some jokes here at the end.
Oh man, I think everybody else's gift was pretty good though. So that was that there. I think of any like other highlights. I didn't. Oh well, a few years ago, I decided to retire with my baking skills because I don't think I do a good job. I spent like a long time trying to bake these cookies. They're like these Grinch cookies we found on Pinterest, and I was like, all right, I'll make these bad boys. Oh, I don't know if I just didn't have enough milk or whatever. I don't know, but I could not spin the stuff. Like, I had all the ingredients in the thing. It was a big green goop, but I didn't know how to spin the goop. Like, I had like a big stick that I was like moving around the thing. I felt like a big cauldron of like sugar. I couldn't like. It was basically a bunch of cookie dough, but it was like getting so hard to like move around. Yeah, I ended up. I was trying to put them all like into these like little ball forms and put them like on these like tray like sheets for the trays and stuff. But I saw a big stick of butter like still in one of the balls. I'm like, you know what? I probably should like mix it up a bit more. And it worked out fine. It was edible and stuff. But I was like, you know what? It's not enough. I can't do it. I'll retire from baking. So I've learned how to make. I mean, in terms of my chefing skills, I haven't really. I know this is a little off topic, but like I want to learn how to like, I wanted to learn how to bake and like cook stuff, but I just didn't. I don't know if it's for me, but I finally learned how to make scrambled eggs, so I'm happy. So that's my big accomplishment in terms of the baking industry and cooking and stuff. So, but yeah, Christmas is great. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounded really sarcastic.
No, it was good, but I was getting on a side tangent with that eggs and stuff, but yeah, let's see, any other last minute questions? I'm trying to think of like anything last second, how much time do we have? We're at 1:40. All right. I don't know if we have anything else. Well, Jerry, I want to thank you very much. Any last things to promote, Jerry? Anything you'd like to promote as well before we finish up here?
I don't think so.
All right.
What did I think of?
His links will be in the description.
That's right. I believe Twitch, Twitter, any other platforms? I think I know for sure Twitch and Twitter, but anything else?
Yeah, I don't really. I have a TikTok that I never use.
Oh, okay.
But it's there.
Send me the link. I'll put it in the description.
I will. I have to remember my login.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't really use. It really is just like Twitter. That's like my main like.
Yeah.
That and Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll get to posting clips on TikTok. That might be another goal I have for 2022 is posting more like YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah, I definitely I tried that out, and it's really fun seeing like how that happens. I think you're really gonna like TikTok, posting on there. It does significantly better than other platforms I've learned. So
I'll put my Nicki Minaj raps from stream on TikTok. We'll see if those go viral.
Oh, I hope so. Oh my goodness.
It was so funny. I was in a stream the other day and they did a shout out, and it was a clip of me rapping Anaconda, and I had to turn that down as fast as I could because I was like, this is embarrassing. Like it was like towards the very end, if you know Anaconda, like the last like minute, that's the part that was on the clip, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like I can't do that because it's either that clip or it's the clip where I talk about burning Sims in a house. It's like one of those it's like one of those clips that I know is gonna pop up when I get a shout out, because when they have like those like they show those clips if you do a shout out, it's one of those two clips. So
oh man, I always get these random ones that like I don't know. One of them was just me talking, like blabbing on for like 30 seconds. There was nothing in there. I was like, why is this clipped? Oh man, but
you can't dismiss the favorite clip on your channel though.
Yeah, the one where I groaned,
where you just get domed in the head with a huntsman. That's like my favorite clip.
Yeah, and for the record, I groaned, not moaned. Thank you. Because when because Nick came in with this huge play and killed me, and I was like, oh, and everybody's like, oh, a nice moan. I'm like, it's not a moan.
It isn't even the fact that it's like even a groan or a moan. It's just the fact that it's just like so long as well.
Oh my goodness.
So loud.
I have yet to see that in one of those shout out things. It'd be so funny though.
In the morning as well. Such a good clip.
I know, it's my favorite. And the guy who clipped it came in for like 2 seconds and left. I was like, it was this.
Person, we salute you.
Yeah, thank you whoever did that.
Twitch legend.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Is that the first charity stream, or is that like
It might have
different
been.
stream?
Maybe it was like beforehand, like
Was that before? Okay.
maybe just just a regular collab. Maybe, I don't know.
We're just playing TF2 gun game for no reason.
Yeah. I think you won
Fair.
probably because you had some skills with the weapons.
Oh, it was in Hightower. There are never winners.
Oh no, yeah. Well,
No one wins.
Oh man, that was so much fun though, Jerry. Thank you so much for being part of this podcast episode.
Thank you for having me.
Oh man, do you? Oh, actually, I was gonna ask you when you plan to stream again next, but again, this is not like a live
This is
video.
gonna be outdated.
In about 2.5 weeks, when do you think you'll be live again?
Well, if this is posted
Mhm.
before my 1-year anniversary stream,
Uh-huh.
January 8th, I am doing a 12-hour charity stream for my 1 year. So I don't know if this will be. So January 8th is my 12-year. No,
Okay.
not 12 years.
12
years.
I haven't done it for 12 years. My
Oops, on is Justin TV.
my 1 year Twitch anniversary for 12 hours,
Oh,
and we will also be raising money for the Trevor Project.
that's
Hey,
awesome. Yeah.
very cool. That's awesome, man.
So and I'm planning a DBD tournament.
Ooh,
So that's gonna be
Ooh.
fun.
That sounds like a
Ooh.
lot of fun.
So
I can't wait to watch Andrew get murdered live on stream.
are you do you still want to be a part of the tournament?
I would love to. I'd be honored.
Okay.
I feel bad that I'm not the greatest, but I'll do my best to participate in a very beneficial way. Oh man! But
Well,
that'd be so
because
much fun.
I think what I said was that when we do the custom match is if I lose, I donate an extra $2
Ooh, okay.
per round, and if I win, I
Ooh.
donate an extra $1 per round. So
Oh,
regardless, I'm still putting like
Good cause.
that's awesome.
money. So like, if you guys destroy me, like
Mhm.
when I'm the killer and you guys like do an amazing job and survive,
Mhm.
then I will donate an extra $2. But so we're gonna do something, and I think I'm doing like a Resident Evil game speed run where if I don't
Ooh.
finish it in 4 hours, I think I'm donating an extra 20.
Oh wow!
And if I do finish it in under 4 hours, I think I'm donating an extra like 25
nice.
or something like that. So
That's really cool. I like the creativity with like these goals. It's awesome.
so that'll be. The teams are gonna come out soon, so I'll get everybody in like a Discord chat
Sweet.
and pass out the teams for each
Alright.
round. So
That sounds so exciting. Thank you for asking me to be part of it. That's awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
All right, Nick, would you do the honors with the wrapping up our
I just peeked my microphone there. Sorry.
No,
But anyway,
nice.
thank you everyone for coming to the podcast, and if you're here at the end, thank you.
Yay.
As you probably already know, we are currently on Spotify and on the Milderwater YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you again, Jerry, for being with us.
Let's go, Jerry.
Round of applause. Thank you for having
We'll
me.
see you all next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.